Hello and welcome to the daily English news program in Azərbaycan Televiziya with the most important events of the day. I'm your host, Rövşən. President of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, met with Azerbaijani volunteers who arrived in the Brazilian country to provide assistance to the survivors of the earthquake in Kahramanmaraş city and expressed deep gratitude to them. It should be noted that under instructions of President Ilham Azerbaijani volunteers have joined large-scale activities to provide assistance to the fraternal country immediately after the devastating earthquake. Thus, over the past week, 100 young Azerbaijanis provided assistance to thousands of victims, hundreds of children in the areas most affected by the natural disasters, Kahramanmaraş and Adıyaman. They also participated in the delivery of food and medical equipment to hospitals, including the distribution of humanitarian aid. On February 20th, the President of Turkey met with rescuers of the Ministry of Emergency Situations of Azerbaijan in Hatay. On February 22nd, the International Court of Justice will announce its decision on the case of Azerbaijan against Armenia. The Hague Court reported this. Azerbaijan's appeal was made in order to determine additional temporary measures in the case related to the application of the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination. According to the information of the Hague Court, the trial will take place at the Peace Palace under the chairmanship of Judge Joan Donoghue. The location of another mass grave was determined in the liberated territories. The process of uncovering the mass grave where Azerbaijanis were buried during the First Karabakh War has started at the village of Aşağı Seyit Ahmedli of Füzuli district. The area has been determined according to witness testimonies, and the mining operations are currently underway. The Armenian side contaminated such mass graves with mines in order to kill more people. Eco-activists and NGO representatives continue their rally on the Lachin-Khankendi road against the illegal exploitation of mineral deposits in Karabakh. Today is the 72nd day of the rally. The road is open for humanitarian purposes. The socio-political situation in Armenia remains tense. Also, the news about the deaths of servicemen in the army in non-combat conditions continue to come in. Impunity, corruption, and the rising death toll have caused chaos. In addition, high-profile arrests of generals are still ongoing.
Following the former defense ministers of Armenia, Seyran Ahanyan, David Tonayan, Mikhail Arutyunyan, and Arshak Karapetyan, a criminal case has been launched against Vigen Sarkisyan, who worked as the Minister of Defense for only 2 years. The ex-minister is wanted by Interpol, as he is not in the country. Armenian media reports that he is currently in Los Angeles. Vigen Sarkisyan is suspected of abuse of power and corruption. Also detained was the former commander of the 3rd Army Corps, Major General Grigory Khachaturov. The Investigation Department of the National Security Service of Armenia will appeal for the arrest of a former high-ranking military official. In the meantime, reports continue to come in about cases of deaths of military personnel in the army in non-combat conditions. Thus, on the territory of the village of Khazanakh, Gorus district of Zengezur region, where the 1st Army Corps of the Armenian Armed Forces is deployed, a UAZ vehicle carrying military vehicles rolled into a ravine. As a result of the accident, 2 contractors died, and the 3 others were taken to the hospital in serious conditions. In another military unit of the same Army Corps, a conscript serviceman, Haik Petrosyan, who was called up for service 6 months ago, died. The body of the soldier who died from a shot in the head was found 300 meters from the place of his dislocation. The Armenian Defense Ministry confirmed all 3 deaths, but declined to comment.
A new draft law on electric power is being prepared. It was discussed at the meeting of the Natural Resources, Energy and Ecology Committee of the Milli Meclis. The draft, which consists of 8 chapters and 42 articles, defines a legal framework for production, transmission, distribution, purchase, sale and consumption of electricity and thermal energy. The goal is to achieve efficiency and better use of energy resources. The 10th session of the Euronest Parliamentary Assembly ended in the capital of Moldova, Chisinau. In the course of the 2 days, the Azerbaijani delegation participating in the session informed about the projects implemented by our country in the field of economy and energy. Also, work was carried out with partner countries to prevent the documents and proposals put forward by the Armenian delegation. As a result, the adoption of these proposals was prevented.
We understand that we have done a great job, but Article 28 uses terminology that is unacceptable in the European Union. We once again proposed an amendment to Article 28. We urge you to support this change. This is not Azerbaijan's version, this is the terminology of the European Union. We were surprised that the Armenian delegation presented the same two amendments. They offered the same terminology. Therefore, I asked the distinguished guests and representatives to terminate Armenia's amendments. We do not use the Russian nomenclature in the European Union. We do not call the territory Nagorno-Karabakh. It is simply called Karabakh.
You can get in touch with us by contacting AzTV Haber's hotline number 051-511-1956, through which you can report events in your country as well as share your suggestions and remarks. You can also contact us via our WhatsApp and Telegram accounts. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us and see you next time.